Welcome to our Edcite Schools Back to School Admin webinar series. Today we'll be really focusing on how to invest your teachers and other staff that will be using Edcite throughout the school year. And we'll be doing that by showing you how to access our professional development resources and use them so that teachers and staff start the school year feeling invested and understand the logistics for how to use Edcite to help give students feedback, view data, and ultimately positively impact student learning. Quick presenter introduction. My name is Kat Strickland Rodriguez, and I joined the Edcite team a few years ago after being an ELA teacher, an instructional coach, and a principal. And throughout all three of those roles, something that was a common thread throughout all three was that we used Edcite at the district where I worked. So I've used Edcite on campuses with students virtually during COVID, right? And so I love sharing with teams how you can invest others in using Edcite to make really positive differences, both in what students are learning and how teachers feel empowered to use data to make positive change. Here are our objectives for the day. Participants will be able to locate Edcite Schools professional development resources because you need to be able to find them before you can use them. I'll show you everything that we have available in our PD resources kit. And then you'll also be able to describe how you'll use Edcite's professional development resources. And as we're working through this very quick session, right, we're only going to be here for about 10-15 minutes. I want you to consider what your team needs to know and what they need to feel. It's important when we're rolling out new initiatives or reminding teachers of how to use a program they've used in the past, that we both think about how do they logistically access the resources that they need, and also how do they need to feel in order to be invested in this resource that's going to help them help students. So we'll start with where to find the resources. The training center link will be provided for you, and when we post this video, we'll also put it in the description. But we have a training center. Quick plug for our training center that we also have videos broken down by role, so you can send teachers here where they can find videos for specific to the teacher role, and they can also find a couple of videos that will help their students directly. But right underneath that, we have a leading a PD button. Obviously, you'll click there, and that's going to bring us to the full list of resources that we have to support you in providing professional development for your teams. Our goal with these resources was really to make sure that you have the right resources to make sure that you're effectively instructing and investing teachers. And then this part is really important, with minimizing the additional workload on you. So these resources are packaged and ready to go. You can customize them as much or as little as you want, but our goal was to give you a tool that you could use at the beginning of the year without adding a lot of summer work to your plates to get ready before teachers are ready for their professional development. In a minute, I'm going to open this live, but I just wanted to name that there are 3 resources available. You'll see a facilitator guide. You'll see the slides that you can show directly to teachers or to participants, and you'll also see a participant handout. We recommend that you start with that facilitator guide because that tells you how to use the resources and the order with which to go through the resources. So what I'm going to do is actually share my whole screen and bring you over to that training center. So we're in the training center and we click on this leading PD. This will look familiar, you just saw it on the slide, right? But we're going to start with the facilitator guide. And here you'll see, some general about the document, the goal of the document, and about the training. And really for the about the training, one thing that we've seen over the last year is that you can customize this however you want. And we've seen some teams that will use the majority of the professional development. We've seen other teams that will use just pieces of it. And then a third group of teams that will chunk these resources. So for example, you might provide professional development for teachers that shows them how to log in, how to assign tests, and you'll save maybe the report section for after students have tested. And the benefit there is that if you give that section of the professional development later, they'll have their own students' data to look at when they're provided that professional development piece. So again, you can use the whole thing, you can use pieces of it, or you can chunk it up to match the needs of your teachers for just-in-time instruction. I want to call attention to this, how to use this document portion, because this is just going to give you very clear steps for how to work through this process. We recommend that you read the entire session guide. And so reading through the whole thing is really going to help you understand what all is available and kind of get a picture in your mind of everything that you could possibly show to your staff. And then we have session portions. And for each session portion, you'll see what slides go along with that session portion. And then you'll have some notes that will show you either how you could model this, what video models are available. You'll see that the large majority of these session portions have an embedded video tour. So there, it's a really low lift for you. You can just press play. And then we also generally have work time suggestions. Sometimes there's even more than one, so that you can think through how teachers will practice with what they just saw modeled for them. So we recommend, reading through the whole thing and then kind of considering these questions to help you customize. Will you keep a portion or will you cut it? How much time will you dedicate to that portion, right? You really want to zoom in on the parts that will be important for your systems and procedures. And you might want to go quicker through portions that aren't as important or as important right now in the school year. And then you'll need to think through if you're going to use the videos or create your own model of the skill. And then again, thinking through teacher work time. There are options below. We always recommend, one or two options for how teachers could practice the skill. You could use those, or you could also create your own. And then you can go to the other resources. We also have that slide deck and the participant handout. So once you know for sure what portions you're doing, what you'll focus on in each portion, and how much time will be allotted to each, then you can go ahead and go through that slide deck and really just make it match what you already have in your facilitator guide. So you can cut portions out. Work time slides always look like this because we want you to customize them. How are teachers using this work time to practice the skill, and how many minutes will you be giving them to work? So after each model, you'll see, here's the model, here's the work time for teachers that you can adjust to meet your specific needs. And then last but not least, we do have a participant handout. The top, pretty generic. They have some space for the do now. And then right at the top, there's also the session next steps. So they can be collecting those as you move through the PD and not have to shuffle through their notes to find what next steps there are by the end. And then it's just a Cornell Notes style guide here for each portion of the PD. And again, you can customize this to take out the portions that you're not doing. And last but not least, I want to call your attention at the very bottom. It's kind of hidden, but we know that at the beginning of the year, it might not be realistic to have student data in Edcite already. So while these aren't clickable like our normal reports are, this is a great option to be able to show teachers what the reports will look like. And then there's some really strong guiding questions here, asking teachers to do some thinking around how they will use these reports. So for example, based on the question details graph circled above, what questions would you focus on for reteach, right? So it's not making any assumptions that teachers will know how to use the data. It's showing them a visual and asking really targeted questions to help them already know what they'll do with that data by the time students test the very first time. So those are the three resources. Again, recommended that you start with the facilitator guide, read through that, customize that document so everything meets your needs specifically, and then head over to the slides and the participant handout and just cut, copy, paste, do whatever you need to do so that those slides match what you've already decided in the facilitator guide. I already mentioned you can practice with the data, right? But I just love to call that out because it is kind of hidden at the bottom of that participant handout. So there's always that data available for you. All of our single assessment reports, there's a screenshot and there are guided questions there. One thing I didn't mention is there's also an additional resource for each report that is a blog post that just talks about some really specific ways you can use each report to guide your instruction, your small group reteach, your tracking, etc. So it kind of brings these reports to life and gives examples of what you can do in the classroom with students based off of what you're finding in the reports. And then the last thing that I'll name here is, at the beginning of the year, we're thinking about like logistically, where do we find these resources? How do teachers log in? How do teachers make sure kids are testing? But we also want to think about investing our teams. And so I really want to push that everyone consider adding an anecdote or some sort of story that directly ties this professional development to your vision for testing. Really getting through that message, why testing is important for your students and for teachers, and how Edcite is the tool that's going to help them make this a smooth process with data that they can use, feedback they can give to students, and again, ultimately just improve outcomes for students. And that's it. This is a real quick session, right? We just want to make sure you have access to those resources, you know what order to use those resources in, and you think about how you'll invest your staff, both logistically and with how they're feeling, right? So here I'll pause if there are any questions. I also just want to name that you can always reach out to us at support@edcite.com. We are more than happy to reply to your tickets there, get you specific answers to your questions. Just want to end on that note of gratitude and say thank you so much for all that you do for your students. I'll stay on here for a little bit if there are any questions, but again, thanks so much for your time today, and thank you for all you're doing for kids.